find your way back home.
What's up YouTube, I am back, and today I'm not going to be doing like a funny video or a compilation or anything, so sorry if you were holding out for that, but I really just wanted to talk about this. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, and now it's just really pissing me off, so I'm going to make a video about it, and hopefully I can help someone out there with this. But if you've read the title already, you probably know that I'm about to be talking about copyright, and recently I've had a lot of copyright claims pop up. I've disputed 4 recently, won all 4 of them, and I just had another one pop up, and that's what reminded me to do this. So we're going to be talking about that. But if you're a smaller YouTuber, just listen to what I have to say right here. You do not need to roll over to every copyright claim you get. A lot of them are going to be BS, and you can fight them, and I'm going to show you how. So we'll take a look at the first 4 that I got here. I'm probably gonna have to blur some stuff. Well, maybe not. So we'll take a look at the first 4 that I got here and go from there. But when I first got into YouTube, I remember trying to dispute one of these for the first time because I knew it was BS. But I remember getting a little message that said basically your channel can be deleted if you if this gets revoked or something along those lines, and they still have something like that whenever you try to dispute something, but you do not need to be afraid of that. I remember when that first happened to me, I deleted the whole video, and I seriously regret that now because I knew it was a BS claim, but now I know a lot more about it, and now I know how to claim this stuff, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And also I'll probably zoom in on these so you can see them better, but this first one is a claim on the Skyrim theme song, and if you know anything about that, composed by Jeremy Soule, probably in some way owned by Bethesda or an affiliated company or something. Obviously it's in their game. So the Orchard Music, on behalf of Auto Editado, yeah, that's BS. Okay, and it says the song is Intro by Yakovlev42. I looked that up, by the way. Couldn't find anything. I found a song, but it wasn't anything like this. So this is BS, clearly. What they try and do is they try and scare people away from disputing it, and they'll take all the revenue from your video. But this is BS. So first of all, when you get something like this that you know is not real, look it up. Look up the company. So I looked it up, the Orchard Music, and I happened upon this awesome video by Jordan Molson, and he basically explains how to deal with copyright claims by the Orchard. And just to sum up his video, basically he said, don't dispute through YouTube first, dispute through the Orchard first, and they're more likely to let your video go. And I did that, and they let my video go. And the reason you want to do that is because on YouTube, if you dispute something, the claimant, all they have to do is say, no, this is ours, and then you're screwed. You have no other way to proceed with that. I think you actually have to proceed legally after that, and which is ridiculous. There's got to be some other way to do that. I mean, not everyone can afford to hire a lawyer every time someone falsely claims their video. But let's just say it's a long process for sure if they decide not to release your video. So it's definitely better to go through their websites first. So the Orchard dealt with that, dealt with them, and they let it go. Next one, same thing, Skyrim theme song, claimed by CD Baby on behalf of Herbal Union Store. Yeah, this is clearly BS. Arabian theme. This it's not even Arabian. So yeah, BS. Did the same thing, looked it up, found out a little more about CD Baby, and funny enough, they actually had a video. Now, first of all, if you see something like this, your video may include music that's owned by a third party. Yeah, BS. But if you see something like that, make sure you look at the source. This is uploaded by CD Baby themselves. So I don't know why they have 13,000 subs. That's a little sketchy, but let's just watch their wonderful video here. I wonder if this song is copyrighted that they have. It's some nice royalty-free upbeat music. I'm gonna leave that in there, but I'll pause it every once in a while to talk, and I'm commentating over it, so that's fair use, but we'll get to that in a second. But anyway, every video, it's gonna say goes through YouTube's, let's turn it down a bit, goes through YouTube's content ID, and basically the way this works, this is actually true, this part of their video. It takes out the audio, or picks out the audio from your video, and it matches it with songs in their content ID system. And let's keep watching. But yeah, it'll give you an ID match notice. But the thing is, anybody can put something into YouTube's content ID. They don't actually have to own the rights to it. But what they want you to do, and basically what they're going to tell you to do, is to click acknowledge, and they're going to take all of your revenue. That's basically what's going to happen when you click acknowledge. Just click the acknowledge link. Don't dispute it. No. CD Baby will keep monetizing on YouTube. Yeah, they're gonna take your money if you click acknowledge. Do not believe this. Don't buy into this. This is BS, okay? So basically, like I said, they want you to acknowledge that it's theirs and it's not, and they're just gonna take your money. So I found their website, and it looks like this. Looks like a nice website, right? You'd think it's legit, but it's not. They're just out to scam you. And I wrote them this nice little letter here. I'm gonna have to blur out my email address, but the most important thing when you're writing to these people, you want to make absolutely sure that you let them know that you know it's not theirs, okay? Make sure they know that you know that. So basically, like here I said, remove this ridiculous false claim as soon as possible. I basically I demand that you provide proof that you own it if you're going to continue to state that you own it, or I will contact my network and their lawyers so we can sort this out. That's a little bit of a bluff there, but I mean, I guess I could have contacted my network. That would have been my next step. That's why it's great to have a network, even though most networks don't deal with copyright anymore. But you know, that would have been my next step, is to contact them about it. And of course they saw this and they let it go because they knew it wasn't theirs. So that was good. Now this next one's an interesting case. This one, Ascension to King by Kevin Greenlee, claimant Audium, is actually real. This is actually the real claimant. They actually do own this. And it's the menu music from Reign of Kings. Now, the reason I disputed this is because if you look, the match is from 2030 to 21. So 30 seconds of a 21-minute video, and I was commentating over most of that. There's maybe 10 seconds I wasn't commentating over. So if you know anything about copyright on YouTube, you will know that that is what's considered fair use. I had, you know, I commentated over it. I'm not hurting their market by putting that in my video. In fact, I'm helping their market a lot because they're not selling the song, they're selling the game, and I'm showing people the game. So I'm actually helping their market, but we're not gonna go into all that. But basically, this was fair use, claimed it as fair use, or disputed it as fair use, and got it removed. So that was great. And I think there was another one. But here's some of the other ones that I've got, some other claims. This one's legitimate. This one was not. That's the one we just looked at. Disputed that. Got that one out of the way. This one's legitimate. This one is legitimate too. Oh, this one. We'll go back to that one in a second. This one too is interesting. This one we already showed. We disputed that and we won it. So we have this one and this one we want to talk about. So this one's interesting. I can't remember the song name off the top of my head, but basically it used to be non-copyrighted. It used to be open for the public to use in videos, but whoever owned the rights to the song just decided all of a sudden, okay, now I'm gonna put this in the content ID, and I'm gonna start cracking down on people using this song, and I'm gonna start stealing their revenue. And it was really their label that did that. It wasn't them. So a bunch of legal stuff, pretty much. Although it was widely known that the song was not copyrighted, or technically it was copyrighted, but it was supposed to be royalty free. Although the original creator of the song said that, they signed a contract that then invalidated that. So that's why this was copyrighted, and that's legitimate under law, even though it really shouldn't be, because everyone was told that they could use the song, and then they told us we couldn't use the song, and now they're taking our money. But they didn't get very much money from me, so it's okay. But that's interesting. You ought to watch out for that, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Well, I'll show you where you can go to find good songs to use, but you gotta watch out for that. This one here, old video, terrible, crappy thumbnail. I used Entrance of the Gladiators, I believe it's called, or maybe Entry of the Gladiators. I think it's Entrance though. Really old song. The original composer died surely over 100 years ago. It's old, okay? But the thing is, so I thought surely that's gonna be fair use, right? Or it's not gonna be copyrighted. I can use that. It's gonna be public domain. But no, actually, the reason this got claimed is because the orchestra that recorded it recently. So that's a recent recording, and the recording is copyrighted. So you got to look out for stuff like that too. You never know what you're going to run into with that. So make sure you're absolutely positive the song you're going to use is cool. Now, it doesn't really matter too much that I've got some of these claims, because all they're doing is taking the revenue. It's not a strike. So keep that in mind. If you get a copyright notice, it's not a strike. It's okay. You're just not going to get money off of it. So not a huge deal, but I think we're to the end of all those. So I'll show you guys the new claim that I've got, and we'll go through the steps of disputing it. So let me find it here. Is it this? Okay, it's this one right here. Let's take a quick look at it. So first of all, song, Eric's Nova. Let's listen to it real quick. I'll just let you guys listen to it because I know it's not copyrighted, right? And I'm also commentating over it, which would be fair use. But most of you have probably heard this song. Super, super popular song. So anyway, yeah. Now let's take a quick look at who the claimant is. Root. No, we're gonna look them up here in a second. But on behalf of Eric's with 2 X's, but it's not 2 X's, okay? The original, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be the album name or if it's the original creator of the song. Anyway, 1 X, okay? And we can look the song up, and you're gonna find it just like that. And also you'll see it was released on NCS. That's where I got it. Now for some reason I think it's been removed. I'm not really sure. There may be some legal stuff going on with that, but the whole point is this is clearly not the people who own it. So let's take a quick look here if they said anything important to people who got their YouTube videos claimed. I noticed that there are some cases of claims not getting disputed successfully. So basically they want you to put they want you to put this in the description, which is completely cool, and we're gonna go do that because I'm actually not sure that I have done that. This is not them though, so we're gonna do that here. I'll go through that process later. I'm gonna dispute it first because I know that they're not the people who own it, but we'll go through that process here in a second. So basically this is not copyrighted though. You can use it, and also I got it from no copyright sounds. So I'll show you guys no copyright sounds real quick. NCS, you can just look up NCS and you'll find it. First thing that pops up. Very, very popular. Tons of good songs. You can look at their top ones. Probably going to be Faded. I remember when Faded just came out. I thought it was a pretty cool song. Then Alan Walker blew up. But yeah, so you can use any of these songs and you're not going to get copyright for them. So that's great. And you know that that's legit because they've been around for a long time. And that doesn't really mean anything, them being around for a long time. But they are legit. So I guess you're going to have to take my word for that. But they own all these and they let people use them. So, or they license them somehow from people. So anyways, so we know Eric's Nova is fair for us to use. So we're going to go ahead and dispute this. Now, like I told you guys with the CD Baby thing, you don't want to just rush in and dispute it on YouTube. We can do that later. We want to start by disputing it on their website. So I already looked them up, and I found their website. And also, actually, I'm going to, I don't know why they did that. That was really scammy. So let's bring up their website real quick. Now I'm on their contact page, and it's going to bring up a map down here at the bottom. So we don't want that. If you click contact us, Windows 10 kind of screws up with that, but it looks like we can do it here. So I'm just going to type in my information. Actually, you know what? They don't need my name. They don't need my real name, but I'll give them my email address. I'm going to have to blur that out. Reason for inquiry. Reporting an error. Write your message. You do not own the rights to Eric's Nova. I demand, full caps here. See what I'm doing here? I'm being very forceful with them, and this will probably get them to release it. If it doesn't, I'll obviously go through and dispute it the other way. But I'm going to update the description on that song since they want it in the description now. You need to respect the copyright holders. If they want you to put something in the description, put it in the description. Don't just screw around, because you will get copyrighted. But that wasn't like that before when I got it off NCS, so that's why it wasn't like that already. But let's get back to this. I demand that you release my video, and I'm going to link the video. Sorry if I hit my mic there. Gonna link my video. Demand that you release my video. Immediately. This copyright claim is fraudulent, and unless, this is important, so we can claim that it's not theirs all day long, but the fact of the matter is they still claimed it. Okay, so you have to respect the fact that they claimed it to a certain extent. So here's what I'm going to put. Unless you can provide proof that you own the rights to the song. Now, obviously, they can't provide that because they don't own the song. So I'll probably get this released by them. But we'll keep going. If you do not comply with releasing your claim, I will contact my lawyers contact my network and their lawyers. They won't be afraid of you, but your network they might be. And their lawyers, and we will sort this out. Release my video. We don't want full caps on that. Release my video as soon as possible. I'm not a robot, and we will send that. Actually, you know what? Since we want this to be serious, they don't need to know my real name. But let's take it a little more seriously. What's a good last name? Giles. I don't even know if that's spelled right, but we'll just go with that. So there we go, and I'm gonna send that to them, and we'll see how that goes. But I can tell you right now that this will get released, because if that doesn't work, I'm gonna do it through YouTube the way that the real Eric's is telling us to do it. I'm gonna do that anyway. So that's basically what you need to know about copyright claims. Don't be afraid of them. And if you go through YouTube, it is gonna tell you, a lot of stuff like, be careful if you claim if you make a false copyright dispute, then your channel could be deleted. You don't have to be afraid about that. First of all, even if you make a false dispute, well, if you do it intentionally, don't do it intentionally, okay? If you know you don't own the rights to it, don't dispute it. But and it's not fair use. But just because you make a false claim does not mean that they're going to delete your channel. The first round, they kind of do it in stages. The first stage, it's almost impossible for you to get your channel deleted on the first stage. You'd have to do something extremely bad, like pretty much steal a whole movie and upload it or something. Okay, like you're not going to get that for a song copyright. So dispute it. If you honestly think it's fair use or you don't think they own it, dispute it. Now, the thing is, the copyright claimant, like I said, is the one who gets to choose that. So you have to be convincing. You have to convince them. You have to scare them right back. Because if they're not scared of you, they're just going to say no. And then YouTube kind of screws you over after that point. If you can go through your network a little bit, but it's really hard to go through YouTube at that point. But that's pretty much it. That's all I had to say about that. I'm going to have to blur that too because I had my Facebook stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully I helped you out a little bit. And just in case you're wondering, this is my network. I know someone was probably going to ask it. So Union for Gamers. I've had a great experience with them over the years. I was originally with a really crappy network, and I may tell that story later, but I have been with Union for Gamers for the past few years. 90% revenue share, pretty good. I'm not, I don't have like an affiliate link or anything. I'm not going to get money if you sign on, but I'm just telling you guys, if you're looking for a good one, do this. Don't get with Machinima or anything, because you will definitely get ripped off with them, but pretty good. Pretty good network. Networks are kind of fading out, but I do like Union for Gamers and Curse. So if you really want one, I'd try and get in here. But I'm not going to go too much into that. I just thought I'd tell you because I knew someone would ask. But that is pretty much it, guys. Hopefully I helped someone out here. I know this video is getting pretty lengthy, but if you are having copyright issues, then 20 minutes is probably not really that long, considering how long you could spend trying to fix this problem. So hopefully I helped someone out. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see how that copyright claim goes, but I feel pretty confident it's going to get released. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
I can't find my way back to you until you make amends with the demons you've been through. And I can't regret being